Research shows that the older you get, the harder it is to walk uphill. But did you know with just a tiny bit of effort, it's possible to dramatically improve your leg strength and make uphill walking a breeze, no matter your age? My name is Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties specialist physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today I'm going to be showing you some of my favourite exercises to make uphill walking easier and less painful. When we walk uphill, there are two main muscle groups that are responsible for propelling us up that hill. You've got your calf muscles and your glute muscles at the back of the hip. Now in 2013, a study by Franz and colleagues showed that older individuals walking uphill tended to use much less of their calf muscles than their younger counterparts. And to replace what they'd lost in their calves, they had to use more of their glutes, their hips, and that made their walking less efficient. Now, what this research has shown us is basically that both muscle groups are very, very important for uphill walking, but older people are probably most likely to be lacking in their calves. So what I would suggest we do for anyone who's over 50 who wants to improve uphill walking is we definitely work on the calves, which I'm going to show you how to do in just a moment. And we also strengthen the glutes to pick up the slack for any missing strength down in the calves. So those are the exercises we're going to be working on today. Now, before I show you the exercises, you just need to know that these are not going to be suitable for everyone. Get checked out by your doctor before you give them a try. And if they cause you any pain, then just avoid them. The first exercise I've got for you to help you walk uphill much easier is the donkey calf raise. And this is a great exercise for improving the strength of the calves here. And as we discussed, these are your propulsive engine that drive you up the hills. So to make this exercise work, very, very simple. You just need a chair. Probably a dining room chair is good. You're going to stick it up against the wall with the seat resting against the wall and the back of the chair like this. Now, if you've got a hard chair, unlike this one, you can put a towel over the top of it because we're going to be resting our forearms on the back of the chair like this. Now, the setup is simple. All we're going to do is take a few steps away from the chair and then hinge forward like this and rest the forearms against the back of the chair like so. Then we're going to take a couple of steps away. So we're going to take a few steps away so we can keep our back straight without the heels lifting up off the floor. So that's about as far back as I want to go. I'm going to make sure my weight is just slightly backwards towards my heels and then not changing anything else. I'm just going to push up on my toes like this as high as I can and then slowly come back down. Now, if you look at my back, it's perfectly straight. It's my hips that have bent forward. And all I'm doing here is raising up, squeezing, and then coming back down. My knees have got a very slight bend in them. They're not locked out. They've got a slight bend. When I get to the bottom, I can feel a bit of a stretch in my hamstrings, which is absolutely fine. And then I'm just going to keep working up and down and up and down, not really resting at the bottom, just keeping that movement going. And you want to basically keep going until you get a working ache in your calf. Now, if that was very easy for you, we're going to progress onto one leg, okay? So by easy, what I mean is you can do more than probably 30 repetitions in a row. Once we get over 30 repetitions, we start to get into endurance territory, which is fine, but we're trying to build strength to make uphill walking better. So we're going to make the resistance higher because we're going to take all your body weight onto one leg. So now we're going to put one leg in the middle, take the other one up like this, same position, and then up and back down, and up and back down, and up and back down, and up and back down. And you'll see that your calf here fatigues much quicker on one side, obviously, than when you're doing it on both sides. So once you've done a set, obviously swap over, do the other side. So stick the bottom out, keep the leg reasonably straight, and then we're just going up and back down. And you might be thinking, well, why are you doing it like this rather than just a straightforward calf raise where you just hit? Well, if you try both, you'll definitely feel a difference. And the donkey calf raise has been shown to actually activate your gastroc muscle, your gastrocnemius, a little bit more effectively than any other type of calf raise. That's not to say the other ones are bad. It's just that for bang for your buck, going uphill, this is a great exercise. And it also somewhat replicates the fact that we do slightly have to bend forward to walk uphill, because otherwise we're off balance backwards, okay? So if you're walking uphill, you're effectively forwards, and that brings us onto that kind of position for the donkey calf raise as well. So it's super specific for uphill walking. Do somewhere between 10 and 30 repetitions in a row, have a minute's rest, repeat 3 sets, and then move on to the next exercise, which is going to strengthen your glutes. Before we go any further, I just want to tell you about a very special bonus I've created for viewers of this channel. It's called the Complete Guides to Building Muscle and Strength over the age of 50. And if you're someone who is a little bit confused about how to go about starting the process of building muscle and strength, you don't know what equipment to use or what exercises to choose, this is perfect for you. It's an exclusive 25-minute video that you can't find anywhere else, where I teach you all the ins and outs of building muscle and strength specific for people over the age of 50. So it's one of the best things I've created. I'm giving it totally for free to viewers of this channel. All you need to do is scroll down below this video. There's a link in the description where you can sign up. I'll send you the video straight away and you can get started. It's some of my best info, and if you use it, I hope you enjoy. So now we're going to do another exercise, this time for the glutes, called the loaded bridge. And it's a variation of the bridge which adds in a little bit of weight to make the movement harder and bring the emphasis onto your glutes. So I'm going to start off first by just showing you a normal bridge, and then I'll show you the loaded version in a moment. So the normal bridge, we want to be lying on a nice stable surface. If you can't get up and down from the floor, that's fine. You can use your bed, but it's ideal on a mat or a nice soft carpet, okay? You're going to, first of all, start lying down, head rested either on a pillow or just on the floor if you can, and you're going to bend your knees about as far up as you possibly can. Now, this helps us to activate the glutes a little bit better. You're going to have your hands down by your sides. You're just going to flatten your back down into the bed or the floor like this. We're going to make sure that the pushing is going to be going through your heels, not through the whole foot. And then you're going to push down through your heels, lift up to the top, just to a straight line like this, and squeeze your buttocks at the top like that, and then very slowly back down. So that's a normal bridge, and for many people that's going to be absolutely sufficient. If you can't do more than 15 of those in a row, just stick with the normal bridge. But if you can easily do 15, we're going to do a loaded bridge instead. You need a little bit of weight. It doesn't have to be a dumbbell. It can be a bag filled with books, something like that. And then we're going to have a look at how that works. So to make the loaded bridge work, we've got 2 things. We've got a towel or a soft pillow. That's going to go over the front of your hips like this, just to give you some cushioning. And then we're going to take a heavy object. So I've got a dumbbell. A bag filled with books is absolutely fine, but a dumbbell works really well. And we're just going to rest the dumbbell on the front of the hips. It should be comfortable with a nice soft towel underneath. And then we're going to repeat our bridge. So we bring our feet up towards us like this. We keep our head rested. We want to push through the heels. So push up through the heels, just to a straight line. Squeeze your buttocks at the top. This time we're just holding the dumbbell in place, and then very slowly come back down. And then straight away we're going to go up again. So flat back, push up, squeeze at the top, hold for a second. You should feel it in your buttocks there, and then slowly come back down. Now it's super important that you don't go above neutral. So this is neutral here. We don't want to be pushing up any higher. So just to neutral is fine. And that squeeze of the buttocks is where we activate. Now this muscle at the back of your hip is super important for propelling you up those hills. And that's why we're trying to strengthen it. And by adding a little bit of load, it means we're not just pushing your body weight, we're pushing a little bit extra as well, which means you're going to have more in reserve when you are tackling those steep hills. And it's amazing how much even a small weight can add to the emphasis on your glutes. So this is only 7 kilograms on here. So, I mean, that for me is probably okay. You might not need that much depending on your current ability level, but just adding that 7 kilos, I can really feel it more in the target muscle. There's more tension, and I'm going to get a lot more out of it. So if you're doing it like this, you want to work in sets of between 10 and 30 in a row. Probably do 3 sets. If you do that 3 or 4 times per week, so just pick maybe 4 days per week to do that on, you're going to notice a dramatic improvement in your uphill walking in the space of probably 6 to 8 weeks. So that's how to strengthen your legs for easier uphill walking. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, then do drop a comment below and just let us know how you got on, because we love to read your thoughts and it does help us to improve the channel. So thank you very much. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel as well. That really does help us reach more people. And if you want to get more from me, you can pick up a copy of my brand new book, the 2024 edition of Thriving Beyond 50, which I'm super excited to announce. It's out with Hay House on the 1st of October 2024. You can find a link for this book below the video. So scroll down and you can grab a copy using that. It's a huge book. It's got loads of exercises and advice like the stuff in this video. And if you pick it up, I hope you enjoy it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time and I'll speak to you again on the next video.